something over here that y'all want to see. Not yet, you can't see it yet. You'll hear it, you'll listen to it. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know what's over there. You know that sound. So anyway, we're not a real crazy day going here. Just let's break out the camera and show y'all what's going on. Do a little vlogging. It is windy. I know that wind is killing the microphone. Y'all can see Mickey's flag over there, son. It is getting it. We're getting like 30-mile-an-hour winds today for some daggone reason. Get over here so I can get on the other side of this pile. Show y'all what's going on. Basically right now Michael's cleaning out the set. It's kind of our midday clean. You gotta keep up on that trash. This place here is loaded with bushes. Y'all hear me? This is probably some of the worst bushes I have ever worked in all my logging career. Alright, I stand over here to get y'all some footage of Michael pushing. He's like, nah, I'm done pushing. It's alright. Oh, he dropped two. We got two underneath there. Alright, he says, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna grab Mickey some extra bushes. I guess they're further back than where he was grabbing. Oh, I see what it was. I cut a little bit right here beside the set and then threw it over here. And when he drug that drag over top of them, these two scooted ahead, so they wasn't on the same level as his other drag. But he'll come get them. Not sure where he's going. Anyway, we're running one loader here as we were moving sets the other day. This is the same, it's the same contract and everything, just a different stand of timber. As we were moving sets, Matt's loader blew a pretty big line in the delimber, and because the delimber knives and stuff is what works the hydraulic legs. They're all tied together. When he went to work his legs, one of the way he had to open or close his knives, I can't remember what he said, but anyway, one of them, it blew, and we got it fixed. We just, at the time it took us to get it fixed, we just took Mickey's loader and stuck in here with the box and put him out there by the road, routed the trucks a different way to where they're in a forward facing set, because he's working from right to, it's the way you are looking at it, it's left to right, but the way he's working it is right to left, and then trucks are going this way, that way. Trucks are coming in from over here and then going that way. And I really need to help cutting, because it is, oh, what Michael went through. He might have went over and bladed on our little old spot in the road a little bit that I showed y'all yesterday. But anyway, we spin y'all around here and show y'all what we got. Y'all look at the bushes. Woo, the bushes. It's been a while since I've had bushes this bad. It's the timber's not the best here. It's pretty young, second thinning. I stated the other day, we're just in kind of what I like to call survival mode. Just hang on, do what we can do, make days for the crew for January and February, and then March things will usually start getting better again. That's my hope anyway. That's usually how it works. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than March. Sometimes it gets pretty decent in February, and then it gets back wet again in March, and then April it starts trying to dry up a little bit. And then we're usually pretty good until hurricane season, as y'all saw this past year. So we got Matt helping me with the 718 rubber tire, 718E rubber tire. And we're gonna slip over here and we're gonna go watch him work for a minute. We ain't got to watch the rubber tire work for a good bit. The ground is borderline. Y'all can see it's kind of mushy. It is borderline for a rubber tire, but I need help, so we're pushing it. So this is gonna be your average southern pine complete logging, thinning operation, all of it together. I don't know why he just threw it down like that. That's in his way. He's got the saw stuck. He's trying to roll it around and unstick it. Maybe he's gonna pick it back up. Or maybe not. But anyway, this was what you would typically find on your average pine, southern pine, southeastern United States pine logging operation. You're gonna find a rubber tire cutter, primarily a Tigercat or a John Deere. A lot of people use Caterpillar rubber tires as well. Got any sense to you buy a Tigercat, because them things last for like forever. That thing's old as dirt, and I mean, it needs some pins and bushings in it, but that's still a bad little machine. That thing cuts some wood if it had some pins and bushings where it wouldn't beat your operator up in a non-broke seat. But he'll come back out of here in a minute. The rubber tire is quicker on the ground as far as like ground speed, travel speed. But as y'all can see, it's hard to really see unless you're watching those tops up there, kind of right up in there. There's a lot of movement, a lot of in and out. It's not going to hold as big of a bundle as the track cutter holds, so you're looking at smaller bundles, multiple runs back to your drag that you're building for your skidder. We cut a little bit different with our rubber tires than what you typically will see people do. See if we can get down here where we can actually watch him. I don't know why he's staying in that middle for so long. We cut from the front of our down rows. Most of your people, they'll down row in and then thin from the back out. I'm not a big fan of cutting from the back. You can't see your trees. I know you can see your timber or whatever, but it's not the same as cutting from the front where you can look out your windshield ahead of you, like up yonder somewhere. And all right, I got a bad top here, I got a forky top here. This tree's smaller than that tree. You know, make your selection that way. There's a tree there, Matthew. As you can see, it's like I said, it's you're in and out. Uh-oh. No, pick it back up. Pick it back up. Ah. Alright, so what happened right there, he's trying to cut on top of his wood, and that's not how you're supposed to do it. That pile up there should be back here with, come on, spin around there, girl. That pile up there should be back here with this pile. When you go to trying to run on top of that wood like that, you're cutting your own throat, so to speak. But what happened is, you can't really tell it, but we're on a little bit of a lean, and those tops walked over, between the tops walking over because we're on a lean, and that head just does not hold the timber in it like the FR50 does for the John Deere. he just walked over into the timber and he wasn't paying full attention to his tops. And it cattywampused on him. When he got all cattywampus like that, what he should have done is, if he'd have been paying attention, he'd have saw it getting hung, and he could have picked back up on it. The machine would have stood that head full back up, and then he could have laid that head full down. Bring that back all the way here, Matt. Bring it all the way. He needs to bring it all the way back here. Watch, he's not going to do it. Nope. See, now he's killing himself there. That pile needed to come all the way back to this one he got cattywampused here. You know, watch how he's crawling all over the wood like that. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna explain to him, you know, don't do that. You're killing yourself. I'm showing y'all, so in case if anybody's watching this for educational purposes, maybe you'll learn to, you know, bring them piles on back. Don't cut on top of your wood if you're cutting from the front. Most people say, well, that's why you're going to go. You need to go to the back and cut from the back, coming back out. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, that it's just not my favorite way to cut. I think I started like 3 different topics right here and got off subject 3 different times. I don't know what I've gotten explained to y'all, but biggest things, don't cut on top of your wood. But that machine, I'm not really expecting it to do more than about 2-3 loads a day, because he's hopping back and forth between it and the loader and trimming trucks and everything else. And I can get my wood cut, 2 or 3 heat cuts. That's just extra. That makes our morning wood pile extra. Gets us out of here sooner, so. All right, let me go tell them what not to do, and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, so this is a little unusual for how we're typically used to pulling up mats. This is that area that we was draining the water from yesterday. What I done here, get that daggone gimbal to focus or work. Not focused, just work. Y'all can see the water. I mean, a lot of water. Anyway, what I done here yesterday. Watch that water running back down in that. Running back down in over there. Anyway, let's see here. So what I done was I took this mat, I built it last, and I had the wood laid to where the butts were about right here for this other mat, and then I basically half lapped it to where there was no chance of this blowing out or anything like that. And since it's just this short distance right here, check out that bubbling right there. I don't know if y'all can see that on camera or not. That ground just a bubbling up air. But anyway, all this yesterday was about knee deep in water. And then we cut that ditch overnight and it dropped it a lot. Our wood wasn't floating no more. But then I put this pile where it's at. And it served its purpose. We got everything out of there in the back that we can get right now. It's too wet back there. We're gonna have to leave it. If there was enough timber on the ground, I could work it, but there's not enough timber on the ground for me to do what I need to do. Ugh. Something tells me we fixing to get a bath. Whew. I thought we was fixing to get wet, guys. So what he's doing is the set's like, I mean, literally, I'm not sure if y'all can see Mickey right through those bushes right there, but there, I mean, Mickey's right there. So what he's doing, he's just grabbing some small piles and then just getting it out. As y'all can see, I mean, it was pretty hard. It's not rutting or anything like that. And then whenever he gets everything done, I'll bring the track cutter down here and scoop this debris out the best that I can. It doesn't really matter if I leave the debris in it or not, because the road, until they put a culvert in over there and get this to draining again, it doesn't matter. This is just going to become a lake again, and blow the road out, one of the two. It'll become a lake, then it'll blow the road out, is what'll more than likely happen. But just because I follow the rules, even though there's exceptions here, that I know that it doesn't matter if I get this debris cleaned out. I like my SMZ crossings to look nice and clean. Must be something under the water right there that I can't see that he can. Ah, look at that. That's why you need a good skidder driver. Ooh, I thought we were getting wet again. There's the last bite. Golly. See if we can't make it back to the cutter now without bogging down ourselves. He got some more single pieces he's picking up. So y'all go down in the comments below, tell us what you thought about that. That was pretty neat. I wish I could have got a video of it showing y'all how it was before we picked it up. It's always better to explain with visuals than it is to just explain. Y'all can see him turning in the set right there. I mean, like I said, we're right here on top of the set, so there ain't no sense in having it max out. And if he would have maxed that grapple out trying to pull that mess out of that SMZ, that skidder would have sank right there in the SMZ. You don't always got to have a drag, a big drag, every time you go to the loader. Alright y'all, it's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Ended up doing a pretty good pile of wood here. Truck sucked, and we'll come back and try again tomorrow. Y'all go down below, like, subscribe, comment, and most of all, right now, make sure you're sharing my content, please. That means a lot. It's going to help us out a bunch. Just make sure you're sharing to your Facebook and wherever else you can share. So, anyway, thank you guys so much. Go subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time.